and thank you for joining this rider Pilates session. We're going to be looking at strength and mobility through your upper body. So key for having that stable yet giving contact that you need when you're in the saddle. So let's get going. And I'd like you to think about, before you start, just sitting comfortably. I'm cross-legged, you might want to be frog's legs, you might want to be sitting on a little cushion. Just sitting comfortably with equal weight through your seat bones before you start. Relax through your shoulders, relax through your arms. Remember, tension is the absolute enemy to any softness through your contact. So soft body. Then you're going to gently tuck your chin in. So imagine you're closing the chin drawer, not looking down, not looking up, but straight back. Keep that little tuck as you turn to one side, and keep the tuck as you turn to the other side. As you're tucking and turning, just watch that you don't find you're looking all the way over your shoulder. If you do, that means that you've lost your tuck. And this might seem like a strange exercise, but it's really good for strengthening your deep neck muscles. And they are really important for stability, just as all your deep muscles are throughout your body. Your neck is no different. Okay, let's face the front, relax through your neck. Pop your arms up in front of you, stack them one on top of the other. I'd like you to imagine you've got headlights glued to the front of your elbows. Keep them level, rest your head onto your arms and push your elbows forward. So not down, you're pushing straight ahead, keeping those elbows absolutely level. Now obviously if you've got any back or neck pain, just go carefully with this one that you don't push it too far. And then see if you're comfortable, if you can do a little scoop up at the end. So you're going forwards with those elbows, scoop up and then straighten. Forwards, scoop up and straighten. And you should feel it extending your back somewhere around your shoulder blades and perhaps a little bit lower. Okay, we're going to swap, and I'd like you to cross your legs the other way if they were crossed, and fold your arms, stack your arms the other way. Same thing though, headlights on your elbows, head onto your arms, and you're starting once again pushing straight forwards. And you might find it feels a little bit difficult this way because you would have automatically crossed arms and legs in the way that feels natural to you. Headlights forwards, and then we're going to add in that little scoop, so forwards and up, forwards and up. And it's important to have mobility and strength into this position. Even though we tend to think of not moving that much through our upper body, we still need the strength and the control through all these different positions. Last one. Okay, bring your arms down, and we're going to go down onto your front. We're going to start off with your cobra. So I'd like you to start with your arms out to the side and your elbows bent about 90 degrees. Tip of your nose resting onto your mat, and you're scooping forwards and up so you look straight ahead, doing your very best cobra impression. Then straight down and scoop back in. So forwards and scoop up, straight down, scoop in. If that's easy and you want to go further, slightly straighten your arms. Then as you scoop up, you come up onto your hands. Really feel the front of your tummy and your rib cage peeling up and laying back down. So remember, your ribs are attached to your middle spine, your thoracic spine. So if you're peeling each vertebra up in turn, you're peeling each rib up in turn. And the same when you come to laying back down again. So if you're looking for controlled movement, feel every single bit of you moving in turn. One more. We're going to move on to your breaststroke. I'm going to start with the easiest version, and then we're going to build up from there. At home, you might well be doing this with a block underneath your head. I'm going to do it without because it's just a little bit easier. You also want to be looking face down. I'm turning to you so that you can hear me better. Bring your shoulder blades back and down. You should see, you're looking at me, that's lifted the shoulders away from the mat. That's where you want to keep them. Hands are either palm down or thumb and index finger down. Tummy away from the puddle of water, and pelvic floor is onto floor 3.
float your hands, reach for your toes, and rest your hands back down. As you're doing that, only a little movement, but watch that those shoulders stay back and down. We're looking to strengthen the muscles that control the position and movement of the shoulder blades. If you're finding that easy, you can add in lifting through your head and neck at the same time. Just watch that you don't do the head that you did with the cobra, because that blocks you in this exercise through your neck. So you're looking to stay looking at the floor as you lift through your upper body. Try not to sink down through your tummy, because that just causes you to hinge. Control it a little bit more, so it's just your upper and your mid back. Keep that pelvic floor onto floor 3 as well, and don't forget to breathe. Do one more. Well done. Okay, we're going to move on to your hundreds, and you can choose which position you start in depending on how strong you're feeling today. I'm going to start with my hands by my sides. Once again, those shoulder blades back and down, tummy away from the puddle of water. And you're going to then pat your arms all the way up to about 90 degrees. Apologies if my hand has disappeared from the screen. And then you're going to pat all the way back down again. The whole way through, you want to keep your shoulder blades back and down. Remember, we're trying to strengthen those muscles around the back of your shoulder blades, because they are the ones that give you the stability in your contact. Try to make sure you're moving from the shoulders, and as you get tired, you don't start to flap from your wrists or fingers. I see that happening a lot. So be strict with yourself. You're moving from your shoulders. We'll do one more each way. Keep those shoulder blades back and down. Don't forget to breathe as well. Super. Give your arms a bit of a breather, give your shoulders a bit of a breather. We're going to move up onto your hands and knees. And we're going to do an exercise called the swimming, or swimming, just swimming. So you want your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. I'm going to go up through the levels, and you can just stop at whichever one feels best for you. Your aim is to try and keep your weight as central as possible, and try not to shift your body around. Keep the movement to your shoulders and hips. So we'll start off just taking each arm out in front, trying to keep your weight nice and neutral, not shifting. If you're finding that easy, see if you can do the same thing with your legs, and you'll find now that you'll feel your weight just loading one hand and then the other, probably the opposite one to the leg that you're moving. Try to keep your back really still. Try to think of sliding and lifting rather than lifting, because that can just encourage lots of this movement. So it's slide and lift, slide and lift. And if you're finding that easy, let's go in with some diagonal pairs. Now this is what I mean. If you feel that this isn't right for you, just stop with just the arms or just the legs. This is really hard if you've got any shoulder problems, shoulder pain, weakness, if you're recovering from injury. This loading of just one arm and leg can be really tough. So don't try and do it if it's uncomfortable, it just feels really difficult to do. Always better to do something slightly easier, but really good quality. One more with each pair. Okay, then I'd like you to tuck your toes underneath your feet. Move your hands slightly in front of your shoulders. Again, just see how you get on if you've had any recent shoulder problems. We're going to do your leg pull prep. So pelvic floor onto floor 3, and lift your knees about an inch off the floor and slowly back down. So it's pelvic floor, little lift, slowly back down. And I really do mean little lift. If you lift your bottom up in the air, you're completely changing the exercise. What we're trying to do is just get that little engagement as you shift your weight forwards over your hands. You really engage, switch on the muscles all around your shoulders. And it's a great one for just building that control. It also works lots of other muscles through your thighs, through your tummy. Okay, we'll do 2 more. Lovely. Okay, if you can, Walk your hands back and get your bottom onto your heels. If your bottom doesn't go onto your heels, don't worry too much, just go wherever feels comfortable. And then slide your hands away. Again, do what feels comfortable. Allow your head to rest down. And then take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then bring your hands back towards your knees. Come back into sitting in whichever position feels most comfortable for you. Relax through your whole body, and then do some nice big rolls up, back and down. I find this a really useful exercise to do as part of a warm-up before you get on the horse, when you're on the horse, and it's also a really good one to do when you've been working hard, just to make sure everything switches off and relaxes. We're going to leave it there. Useful selection of exercises which have strengthened you and moved you through your upper body in lots of different ways. Keep working at it. It's always worth coming back to upper body exercises. The stronger and more mobile you are, the better your contact will be. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's the best thing ever when I see new subscribers. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the next session.